Hey, everybody. This week we are coming from the Paradiso Club in North Charleston, and we have the Low Country High Rollers with us. VaLisa Raptor and Ruthless skater Ginsburg joined us talking about the Low Country High Rollers roller derby team, talking about the club and the culture of roller derby and the big match that's coming up on June 7th here in Charleston. We also have tickets courtesy of the Low Country High Rollers that we will be putting on a contest on our Facebook site and our Instagram site. So make sure you go in there and you sign up for the contest and enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Shrimp City Report, Charleston's finest podcast on entertainment, living, and leisure. Yep. And we're also Best of Charleston 2025 nominated podcast. I'm joined here today with the co-host.
DJ, how's it going?
Going well. I think it's been a heck of a week, and the weather's pretty good. We are at our sponsor's location, the Paradiso Club in North Charleston, South Carolina, and it's a beautiful day here in the cabanas. Yes, we're in the cabanas. You'll see it in the pictures and the show notes. And we're also here with our friends from the Low Country High Rollers.
Hello, I'm VaLisa Raptor, and I'm on the Low Country High Rollers All-Star team.
And I am Ruthless skater Ginsburg. I am on our Bruisin' Betty's team.
Okay, I got it.
Are we going to start off playing kayfabe the whole time?
Yeah, we've got to, but because the names are so awesome.
Yeah.
Just the handles that y'all use.
Do y'all just come up with that on the spot, or is it like one of those online quizzes to figure out what your name is?
So I've been skating for about 15 years or longer, and so I don't know if things are like different for us or how long. But when I did mine, I was up in Alaska skating with the Anchorage team, the Rage City Roller Girls. And I was there because I'm in the Air Force, and I was with the F-22s. And so the F-22's name is the Raptors. My name is Lisa, and so we came up with VaLisa Raptor. So that's why I'm not necessarily a dinosaur fan. But it is something that I came up with while I was training and came up with my own name. It's not like something that was given to me or that I had to have.
Okay.
It's the same now. Yeah, I just finished our HIT or High Roller and Training program this last year, so I'm much newer to the team. I'm in my first year of skating.
But she's so good.
Thanks. She has to say that. No, but it was the same. At the end of the program, we all debuted our name and had like a little after party to celebrate graduating from the HIT program. So I actually really agonized about my name for like a couple weeks, knowing that that's what everyone's going to call you. I actually don't know the real names of most people on the team. We really do call each other these names all the time. So everyone calls me Ruth. So I really thought hard about it because I knew that it was going to live with me, forever for my whole derby career.
I honestly, for today's thing, we were on a group text on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I saw Jessica, and I thought it was a different skater we had. That's Rabbit. And then she started talking. I was like, oh, wait, no, that's not Rabbit. That's Ruth. So you just don't know.
So let's talk. How did the two of you get into roller derby? Was it just something that you purposely seeked out, or did it just find you?
I'd been looking to join a team for a while. I've moved quite a few times for my work, and I've been here in Charleston for about a year and picked up roller derby almost right away because I knew it existed. I thought it sounded cool, and it just hasn't been any of the other places I've lived. So everywhere I've gone, I've been like, is there a roller derby team that just sounds like a lot of fun? It sounds like the type of women I want to hang out with. It sounds like a great way to like stay in shape, make friends, have fun while hitting other people, right? So I found it as soon as I moved here and did the HIT program and started right away. But we're rolling HIT programs all the time. I think we do 2 or 3 a year. So our next one should be starting in July. I don't have the exact date on that, but I just looked it up and joined the first HIT program I could as soon as I got here.
Are the programs pretty rigorous, or is it just...
It's both. You can do as many programs as you want. So it can be rigorous if you're coming to every single practice and really hitting the ground hard and wanting to graduate in that first program.
It's 2 days a week, right?
It's 2 days a week. It's the same as our practices. We practice Tuesday and Thursday from 6:30 to 9:30, and the HIT program is the same. It takes place alongside our practices.
Okay.
But they teach you really basic skills. I hadn't been on wheels before.
Oh,
so
really?
like they do start you from the ground up, but by the end of it, you should be able to pass like a basic assessment test that means that you're competent on your skates and you're not a hazard to other people when you join the team. And if you don't pass the assessments the first time, you can take the HIT program as many times as you want. So
And we have people that do that if it's their first time skating. Sometimes they have to do the HIT program a couple of times, and so if it's okay, and no one's like down on them if you're like, hey, you have to come back. So not everyone gets invited to skate with the larger team after they finish HIT. They might be asked to come back and do another HIT. But then if you like say I've been skating my whole life, like I worked at a roller skating rink in high school, and that's why I was playing rugby in Alaska. And then I saw a bunch of girls skate over to this place where it was like an outdoor hockey rink that during the summer is just concrete. And I saw them skate in and I was like, whoa, what are they doing? And they were like, it's roller derby. And I was like, well, I already know how to hit and take hits. I know how to skate. This sounds magical.
So it's natural.
So it was a great one. And so someone like me that knows how to skate might go through that first HIT program and be ready to roll with the team right away. And other people, you'll know that you need more time and you don't want to hurt yourself. So people sometimes will even self-eliminate.
This sounds like a good idea to also make yourself acquainted to the team, to go ahead and run through those drills instead of just coming out and going, I'm ready to skate.
And we have to keep you safe, right? Like, because you have to learn how to fall. Like, that's one of the main things that we teach you is you're gonna fall down. It's roller derby. This is kind of the point of what we're out there doing to you. And so you have to be secure on your skates so you don't take other people down when you fall. Like, like when you're swimming and you're drowning and someone tries to save you and you drown them. If you're out on the track and you don't know how to fall correctly, as you're falling, you might grab other skaters and it makes it dangerous for the rest of us.
So what positions, is that the right terminology, do the two of y'all play?
Ooh.
So I mostly play jammer.
Okay, yeah.
They're like the stars of the show.
I guess for the person who doesn't know everything about what
does a jammer do?
Yeah.
So your main positions are jammers and blockers.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, you'll have one jammer and 4 blockers. The blockers are trying to stop the jammer from getting by, and the jammer is trying to get past the other team's blockers. Each time she passes them, she gets a point for the most part. Very simplified version of that, but you're lapping the track. You've got a 2-minute jam. The whole game is broken up into 2-minute jams, and you're just trying to lap them and get as many points as you can. And of course, your team's trying to help you, and their team's trying to stop you. So you take a lot of hits. I have some pretty big bruises right now.
And I'm a blocker, so so when I'm on the track, I'm doing offense and defense at the same time, because when they blow that whistle, we do a scrum start, so everyone's mixed in together. The pack, all the blockers have to stay within 10 feet of one another, and then the jammers have to punch through. And so I am watching for my jammer to help her if I can. I'm also watching to stop the other jammer.
So your head is on a swivel the entire time.
It sounds like constant coordination too. Not just like spoken coordination, but you need to be like tight the whole time. Right?
Yes. Yeah. And when you're talking to like new skaters, they're like, it's chaos. I'm like, that's what it feels like. The first like year, it just feels like straight chaos because you're like, everything's happening all at the same time.
It sounds exhausting.
It's really fun though. Like once you get like from like a blocker, once you get a good hit and you're like, oh, that was really good. And I was very effective. Not just like I hit a person hard, but like I did something that was really effective and either helped my jammer or stopped the other jammer. Then you feel that it's almost like golf when you get a good hit in a golf game.
Yeah.
And for her, like once she punches through the pack the first time, like that feeling, I can only imagine. I am not a jammer, so I don't know that feeling, but I can imagine it's amazing.
Yeah, I played offensive and defensive line in school, so I can understand,
so in football terms, she's like a running back.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm a linebacker. So
So, okay, so you got to play in Alaska. So you were familiar. So when you came to Charleston, the Low Country High Rollers, who we're speaking about, were in effect. How long have they been around?
The Low Country High Rollers have been here. There's some some veteran skaters who have been with us for a lot longer. But I would say when I got with them, they were just starting up again after COVID.
Okay.
Because during COVID, everyone stopped for a couple of years. And I skated in Alaska, and then I skated in Fayetteville, North Carolina for about 7 years. And then I went down to Tampa and I skated with that team. And then I came here and they were just starting up after COVID. So, but I think they've been here since 2007 or 5.
Yeah,
they've been a long time.
I think it has, yeah.
It does consist of 2 teams, right, as well?
Yes, basically. So there's the Low Country High Rollers All-Star team, and then there's the Brews and Betties. And then we skate sometimes like tournaments where we'll have mashup teams where but for the most part, those are our 2 main teams.
So those 2 teams are technically part of your league, I guess. But you skate all over there's regional matches. I mean, there are distinctive matches where you will take your team to.
We just came back from Florida Mother's Day weekend. We skated in a tournament in Florida and skated against I'd have to look at the roster to remember exactly, but it was Panhandle United, so the Panhandle of Florida team. Tampa's team was there. So there's the Southeastern Regional. So to back it up a little bit further, the Women's Flat Track Derby Association is the national or international ranking body. And so you get ranked in the world, and the world is broken up into regions, and we're in the Southeast region of North America. And so we're ranked against our peers and other skating groups. And it doesn't matter how big or small you are, it's just where you're at. And things change, right? Flux and change. So we're always trying to make that next ranking. And I don't know exactly where we are in the rankings, unfortunately.
Well, I do.
We actually have it on our notes.
I know we went up after Florida. So
okay, this might not be like the most up-to-date, but last we saw, y'all All-Stars were ranked for 37.
In the region, yeah.
Yeah, and the Breeze and Betties were 55.
Nice, yeah. And we do have a thing that like the Breeze and Betties is, it's just recently gotten ranked. And the only reason we sanctioned our bouts and started ranking was because it was hard to find teams who didn't want to rank. But we really focus on the competitive ranking play in the All-Star team. And the Betties team is more for fun. And to like just learn the ropes and get to be out there and have a good time with each other. Not that we don't have a good time on the All-Star team, but we get a little competitive.
No, it's really nice as a newbie to have the chance to be on a team and get game time and get gameplay, but not have the pressure of being on this like A-list team that is more competitive.
Do you have a lot of transfer between the two teams? Like anyone ever who's like, you know what, I'm tired of the grind. I'm going to take a step back, you know?
I'm laughing because that is me. I have skated for so long, and we're getting to that apex point where I'm like, okay, I am probably skating more with the Betties now than I skate with the All-Star team.
Yeah.
I'm 47 years old. I can't keep up with the 20-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
And the hits and my body hurts a lot more at the end of the practice. So I enjoy skating with the All-Stars. I have that competitive spirit still.
Right, yeah.
But I have a lot of fun on the Betties. And so we're meeting that magic middle where I'm like, I'm ready to. And we do have cross. Like there's a lot of double rostered folks that aren't quite like they might play a little bit on the All-Star team, but they'll get much more playtime on the Betties or vice versa. I don't know if I'm...
Right on. Okay, we're going to take a quick break for a commercial for Paradiso, and then we'll be right back. Today's show was recorded live at Paradiso, North Charleston's premier family-friendly social club. Dine, swim, and vibe with Paradiso. The restaurant and market are open to the public. For hours and membership inquiries, go to paradisochs.com or call 843-885-4663. Okay, we're back and with the Low Country High Rollers again. And want to talk about one thing that's pretty cool about the High Rollers is it's a nonprofit organization. You really have a view on the community that there should be some kind of outreach or help or, support. And the latest one you have is that y'all are working with.
Yep.
I don't know if you do it per match or per year or whatever, but
it's kind of a year-round thing. And so we're a 501c3, and as part of that, as a sports organization, we want to make sure that we're giving back to the community that we're a part of. And for this year, we voted on She's on Edge, and it's surfing. It's a women's empowerment organization, which we felt aligned with our organization as Women's Flat Track Derby Association. So
honestly, you could not have picked a better locale for that too.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then surfing and skating and, this natural
a lot of
transition.
same vibe happening with like strong women empowerment and like women doing things that you don't always see strong, powerful women out doing things in the community.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so the Low Country High Rollers and roller derby itself, it does have kind of an attitude to begin with. When you think about it, it's kind of punk rock and it's, it can be chaotic and it's, exciting sport and stuff, but it is women doing, dare I say, edgy stuff.
You can say it.
So that's in the, the theme of it. And so it's also got to be inspirational to other women that thought that maybe they could not, express themselves in that manner. And especially, I guess, with the youngsters, they've got to really be getting into that as well.
At what point did the adrenaline hit that y'all were finally like hooked on roller derby?
Oh man, like day one for me.
Yeah.
And you were looking for it before you were even a part of it.
Yeah.
So you had a desire.
Mhm.
Yeah, like almost
be a
right
part of
away.
it.
I think that you don't see a lot of contact sports
Yeah.
being supported for women and young girls. And so seeing this like really aggressive but super fun sport,
Mhm.
you're right that it does get kind of punk rock, kind of crazy. So there are a certain amount of like outfits and fun if you want there to be. Not everyone has to lean into that, but you can. And that's just not something that is always there
Yeah.
for women and women in sports. So
And there's a lot of
fun.
inclusivity and acceptance.
Yeah,
So
cool.
just because it's Pride Month, I want to say that like we're an open space where everyone's welcome. So
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
we
that's
keep
great,
using
yeah.
the term women because it's women's flat track derby, but
Mhm.
really like any fluidity wherever you land on that scale, everyone's accepted in roller derby and come as you are, and we're gonna play alongside you and let you be a part of our team.
Yeah, and we
That's
saw the
amazing,
June.
yeah.
We saw the June 7th promo.
Yeah, we're definitely hitting
It's
that up.
definitely
Fun.
in line with Pride Month that is happening right now. So
yeah. So I guess from inside out, how are the crowds on this? Do they get pretty amped up as well?
They do, because a lot of times it's people that know the skaters, right? So people
Yeah.
will come with signs and noisemakers, and they're there to support us, and it's really, really fun, and it makes it more fun when the crowd's engaged. We play at the North Charleston Coliseum, and so
really,
That is
yeah,
a great venue.
it
for
is.
that,
So we're
yeah.
not in the like Coliseum where the ice skaters play. We're in
No,
the
yeah,
Expo
yeah.
Center next door, where you often
But
have
that's
like
huge.
dance
Yeah,
bands and
that's
stuff.
huge.
So
it's a big
yeah, so
space.
it's a big venue. We need lots of people to come out and support us
Mhm.
because it's way more fun when it's loud and the fans
Yeah.
are involved.
Wow, it just dawned on me. Flat track. How do you deal with the inertia? I mean, I know
Yeah.
in the old timey roller derby that you'd see,
They used to be
on-
like on an angle, right?
yeah, they would
bank
be on
track.
these bank
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah.
That's just a whole nother set of physics to deal with,
It is.
right?
So we're flat track. So anywhere where there's like a set of concrete, wood, whatever that is available, we can skate on it. At the North Charleston Coliseum, we skate on polished concrete,
Uh-huh.
which makes the falls a little intense sometimes if you got some
Yeah.
velocity
man.
behind it. But it is a lot more from a logistics standpoint. It is really challenging to have a bank track team because you essentially have to own your venue. And because the nature, like
Okay.
I've skated for 7 or 6 teams, 5 teams. When I move every time, like your skaters are coming and going. So owning your venue is very hard to do as a nonprofit skating organization like we are. So being able to skate anywhere where there's a flat space. So like even at the Coliseum, we'll practice wherever they're not using the space. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
say they have the boat show and it's taking up 3 of their, halls A, A, and B. We can still skate in Hall C because we can lay out a track on any flat
Oh, cool.
surface that's big enough. I've skated in parking garages. I've skated in all kinds of places. So,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
He's-
It's still very fun. The hits are still very real and the hits are
Yeah.
still very hard. But if you grew up with the bank track and watching it on TV, where it was much more like WWE style.
to the max, yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is. Back in I think it was the early 2000s
Mhm.
when they restarted roller derby down in Texas, they really put in some rules to make it safer for the skaters for the longevity of the
Good.
sport. So like you can't hit somebody square in the back, like when she's as a jammer and she's coming into the pack.
Mhm.
I can get in front of her as a blocker and she has to find her way around me. She can hit me on my hips, but she can't hit me in the back because that's not safe, right? Like
Yeah,
for me
sure.
to get hit in the back and then fall over backwards.
Or you can and get a penalty for it.
Which
as I
does
keep
happen.
learning. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I guess from watching it when it was more WWE, penalties didn't really matter. So are penalties super common?
Unfortunately.
Yes, and as a new skater, I mean, I think that's one of the things I'm learning the most is the many ways I can get penalties, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
learning them by going to the penalty box.
And that's actually hard for our fans sometimes. So like they'll come to watch and
Yeah.
they're like, wait, it's like when the first time I went to see hockey and then I had never watched hockey. And so something would happen, someone would go to the penalty box and I understand why they were going. And so recommend that if you do go to a derby bout and it's
Yeah.
your first time, sit near, feel free to talk to you or raise your hand and have a derby girl come over
Good.
and help explain what's happening as it's happening. It makes it more fun. Our program also explains it, or watch a YouTube video real quick before you come so you know some basics. But it's really fun to watch. And the hits are real. Everything, there's no
Oh, yeah.
pre-scripted anything. Like our names are fun, but everything else is nothing is scripted. We are out there fighting for our lives.
Right on. How many players are on a side?
So 15,
When you're
I think, is on a roster.
Okay.
I was about to try and remember how many get chartered and then rostered.
Yeah, so there's a charter, and out of that charter, I think it's like a 20-person charter, and out of that charter, you pick 15, I think.
Mhm.
Don't
And
quote us
then,
on that
so
number.
that's 15 available for the match. And how many would be on the track at one time?
5.
Okay, 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
you've got the
and
4
they're-
blockers and 1 jammer.
Okay, cool.
And like she said, they're 2-minute jams, but what ends up happening oftentimes is if you're the first jammer through the pack, right? So they
Mhm.
blow the whistle. First jammer through the pack is the lead jammer, and the only benefit of being the lead jammer is you can call the jam off before the 2 minutes is up. And you do that by touching your hips. So if you go to see it, you'll see them like pounding their hips like
Yeah.
Stop.
Right.
And the reason we do that, the benefit of doing that, or the strategy of that, is that if you get through and the other jammer is stuck in the pack by people like me, and we're
Mhm.
holding them down,
Yeah.
she can come back through, score 4 points because you get points for all the girls from the other opposing team that you pass. So you score your 4 points for their blockers, 1 extra point for their jammer who's still stuck. And then if their jammer gets out, you call the game or the match,
Mhm.
the jam.
Mhm.
Sorry, call the jam before the other jammer has a chance to try to score any points.
Okay.
And so then it's 5-0 versus if you just keep going for the 2 minutes, then she scores 5 and then you score 5 and then she scores 5 and then you score 5 and it's a waste of time. And so oftentimes the jams only last 30 to 45 seconds, and then we get a 30-second reset, and then they start again. And you do that for 30 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay. So that sounds kind of cool.
It
It
but-
makes it go
sound-
fast.
Yeah.
It sounds cool, fast, and also exhausting for a player. I mean, at what point do y'all get a break during the actual game?
The halftime.
Yeah.
Halftime. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll be rotating, right?
Yeah.
That's why you've got 15 minutes.
Yeah, that makes
15
sense.
people, and you'll be alternating, who's playing each jam. So the next 5 will be ready to go out
Mhm.
as soon as one jam ends. We'll send a different 5 players out if we can, so that you get a little bit of a reprieve, because otherwise, it's just nonstop cardio.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
it's a
you'll
lot
see
of
it
work.
set up. So like as there's a pack playing on the track, the next pack is already lining up
Yeah.
and ready. So when they blow the end of that jam, our next pack gets ready and goes out.
Okay.
And the jammers are on usually like a 2 to 3 person,
Rotation.
maybe 4
Mhm.
rotation. So like she'll go for her jam rotation, and then when they blow the whistle that her jam is done, she sits for a couple of jams and then comes back in.
Okay. So June 7th, is that going to be at the
North Charleston
North
Coliseum.
Charleston? Okay. So
They're
you
a
have.
great partner for us.
Okay. And you have 2 other teams coming in for that, I
Yes,
believe.
we have Surge.
Surge.
Okay.
Surge. The Sirens. I put them together.
The Sirens, Soul City Sirens. And then the
Uh-huh.
Urge, I think is Urge is the other team.
Oh,
Okay.
well, they're
Yeah.
coming to us this weekend and playing our team. So we'll have the All-Stars play first, and then the Betties are playing second with those 2 teams.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. And that's a great segue into it. Like, Derby is not just for us, at least as the skaters. It's not just about the skating part. So she went and did a tournament last weekend. While she was at this tournament playing with all of our other skaters, I was on the Edisto River doing a tubing adventure with 10 of the other new girls that are part of our HIT program now. And so there's a big social part of it too, as
No, it
women
does.
being a part of that organization.
It seems like a very supportive culture, both whether you're watching or playing.
Yes,
Yeah.
on and off the track. And we always need volunteers. So if you think that you might want to help, we always need non-skating officials and refs. If you like to skate and you're like, I'm not really ready to
Right.
play roller derby,
Yeah.
you can be a ref. I'm slowly coasting my way into reffing. And so you just learn a little bit of the rules, and then you get to be out there, and you still get to be a part of our team, a part of our culture, a part of our community and our family, but you don't necessarily have to be on the track and getting hit.
Well, that's cool. I was wondering about that. If there are civilian rules.
Absolutely.
with
And then we
the-
always love photographers making us look great. So there's always great opportunities for the community to come be a part of it too.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about August 2nd, the Cruel Summer. Is that an invitational or just?
That's a fun game. I'm going to let you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's going to be the same vibe as the invitational that our partners, that our other team that
Right.
we're about to host, Soul City Sirens, just did. It's an invitational, which means that folks from typically all over the region, can sign up to play. Anyone who's a member of the Women's Flat Track Derby Association can sign up to play in that game, and then we'll create 4 teams, mixing all of those folks together. And throughout the day, they'll all play each other in sort of a tiered system. So it's just for fun, and it's just a theme game that's going to be a really fun day. And you get to see a lot of people from all over.
And when she says just for fun, meaning it's not like we have, typically we have this pressure of ranking. Yeah. And the great part about these invitationals and having these mashups where we're mixed up with other skaters is that you get to learn from them and what their strategies are and how they do something a little bit differently, so that you're learning from each other and not just, and that's totally, again, speaks to the community that this sport is. Like I said, I started skating in Alaska. On my birthday, I went to Europe to England, just for funsies. And it just so happened that when I had scheduled my thing to go on my birthday weekend, the UK team was having a tournament. And so I got to skate. They had a boot camp, so I got to go skate with the London Roller Girls.
Wow.
And then I had a built-in team that showed me around and were showing me around the sites of the city. And same when people come to visit Charleston, sometimes they stay with us in our homes, and then we show them around. We go to the beach after the day after the bout. So really great time to be a part of the team. And then for the August bout, Cruel Summer, it came from Myrtle Beach. It started with that team. And one of our skaters used to skate with that team. And we asked for the rights to be able to host that here in Charleston.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be able to bring that energy and that love of the sport to the Charleston area.
That's awesome. And that's something you don't see a lot with most sports.
Yeah.
Like people swapping players and just, playing for the fun of it. You don't see the Final Four doing that.
No, they're cross-pollinating like that. Yeah, it's not really, y'all are still competitive. It's not recreational, really, but it ends up being that, the camaraderie and doing that event or any of those invitationals, whatever, that really is evangelizing the sport as well, and the culture of roller derby, and that's pretty rad.
And we love getting to showcase our city to those people that are visiting. Charleston is a great city with lots of great stuff to offer people, and it's an opportunity for us to be hosts in our own city.
It really is, and it's the Low Country, so there's a lot of flat spaces for y'all to have roller derby on. Well, we're going to wrap it up in just a little bit with, VaLisa Raptor and Ruth Skater Ginsburg, which is just so clever.
I love her name.
And props to her. She's gone to her reward. It's Mrs. or
the actual
Ginsburg.
judge.
Yeah, the actual judge. So not Skater.
You.
I'm sorry.
She we're not talking to a ghost on the podcast.
But the tickets for each of the events are going to be available at the lowcountryhighrollers.com website.
Yes.
And you also have an Instagram that is all one word, Low Country High Rollers Derby. And the TikTok is lchr.roller.derby. So you can get your tickets and everything there, also learn about the team. How about if somebody wants to join as either a skater or a referee or anything like that?
Yeah, so find us on any of our social media and just reach out, whether it's by email or messaging us on one of those media platforms. One of our board of directors will get a hold of you and let you know. We will be posting on our social media whenever our next HIT program start date is going to be dropped, and you can go ahead and just show up for the first day and start doing HIT when we roll out the next program.
Yeah, send us a link on that, and we'll share that.
Yeah,
I would love to see that happening. So also, Low Country High Rollers have been nice enough to offer us for our monthly June contest 2 tickets to see the match this weekend.
Yeah.
So we will be posting that on the contest. We'll go live tomorrow, Tuesday.
Yeah, along with the podcast.
Yep. So we will have all of that up. So once you hear this podcast, go over to our Facebook site and sign up for this month's fancy award.
Yeah.
And then we'll see all y'all at the match, because we're definitely going.
That is awesome. So excited to see you.
Yeah.
So we appreciate y'all coming by again.
Yeah, thank you.
And just keep on doing what you're doing. We're very impressed, and we're very proud.
Thank you.
As Charlestonians, to have the high rollers kicking it. So.
Thank you so much for having us and the opportunity to share what we do with the community that we love. Would love to see everyone come out. It's a great time because I think the first game is at 5 and the second is at 7. And so even if you don't want to stay for both games, if you come out, watch the 5 o'clock game, then go to dinner, because I know that Charleston's a big foodie space. So come to us, watch a game or a bout, and then go out to dinner afterwards. or vice versa. Go have dinner and then come check out the second game. You don't have to stay for all of it, but come check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be making
Excellent.
a night of it. So
Yeah, we will make a night of it. But anyway, thanks again. And we look forward to seeing y'all Friday and looking forward to seeing y'all. I guess let's win the championship this year.
Gonna get there eventually.
Saturday.
Saturday. See you on Saturday.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you.